let me know when you're ready, Juan.
31.
Okay. At this time, we're going to start the meeting. The Board of Trustees of Christian Independent School District is meeting in special session today at 5:30 p.m. Monday, August 26, 2024, in the Administration Building Boardroom 613-B, West Zavala Street, Crystal City, Texas. I am now proceeding to the agenda, and I hope the audience understands that we're having a public hearing. So let's go ahead and go to item 1. Call the meeting to order. You said the time is, ma'am? 5:31. Roll call and establishment of a quorum.
Mr. Victor Bonilla III.
Present.
Mr. Cruz Mata, absent. Mr. Reyes Espinosa.
Here.
Mr. Gabriel Espinosa.
Here.
Mrs. Nora Flores Guerrero, absent. Mr. Sammy Houston.
Present.
And Mrs. Peggy Young.
Present.
For the record, we do have a quorum. Item 3, moment of reflection. All right, item 4, at this time, we are proceeding to the actual public hearing for proposed budget and tax rate. Ma'am?
Mr. Florencio Cepeda will present our proposed budget for the 24-25 school year and discussion of the tax rate. Florencio.
Good afternoon, board president, members of the board, Ms. Briones, and community members. Before us, we have the notice of public board meeting to discuss the budget and proposed tax rate. I am happy to announce that our maintenance and operations, our proposed tax rate this year will be slightly lower than it was last year. This year, our proposed tax rate for maintenance and operations is 0.666900, and our proposed bond indebtedness, which is our interest in sinking, is scheduled to stay the same. It's not going to go up and it's not going to go down. It'll stay the same at 0.286600. These two tax rates, in addition to our foundation school program, will generate sufficient funds to operate our school district, make sure that the campuses need what they need, and in addition, that we will be able to pay our bonds for this upcoming school year. We have had an increase in our total proposed values of all of our properties. Last school year, it was $1,679,083,598. This year, it was $1,859,637,849. For our total appraised values of new property, last year we had an increase of $8,843,916. This year it was $5,407,652.
Can you repeat it again?
Yes, sir. Last year our appraised value for new property, not existing property, new property, it was $8,843,916. This year, it was $5,407,652. Now, to translate that into taxable values, last year, all of the properties, excluding new property, was $1,514,726,638. This year, it was $1,640,2 204,186.
Billion, right?
Yes, a trillion. Trillion,
Like
yes.
billion.
Pardon?
Looks like billion.
Yeah, it's billion.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, billions, yes, billions.
Which was trillion?
Yes, yes. So with that increase, with that type of increase, we were able to lower the maintenance and operations slightly. So I think that is, and that also guarantees that we are able to pay for our maintenance and operations and our indebtedness.
So
This,
wouldn't it be better just have kept it the same so that we can get more money to the school district?
we could have, but I think it's always best for our citizenry when there is a slight decrease in their tax value, in their tax.
So right now on their exemption, homestead exemption, in the school district, I mean, what is it, they have 80% exemption?
Right now, it's, their homestead exemption is set at 100,000, remember, because it went up.
How much taxes do we have to pay in the school district?
It depends on the value of their home.
Okay, let me give you $40,000 a home. If it's 100%, they won't pay anything, right?
Exactly, yes.
So that's why I'm saying, okay, so they're already getting that help by having that exempt
Yeah.
their homes. So if we keep it the same, I mean, it won't hurt them that much, and we would have a little more money.
But at the end, it'll hurt the district. And the reason, so let me explain that. Because we want to generate only the amount of money that we need for our maintenance and operations and to pay our indebtedness. If we generate more funding than we're supposed to, then we have to give it back to TEA, and then TEA spreads that extra amount amongst all the school districts in the state of Texas. So we want to only generate what we need and not have excess tax, because otherwise we have to send that back to TEA. So it's a give and take. We want to make sure that we give a break to our citizenry, and in addition, generate enough funding so that we can operate our school district.
Sounds,
Yes, yeah, it's a fine blade there.
no, because I mean, I feel, that if we're not gonna increase, the M&O and the other things.
Yes.
The taxpayers can say, okay, I mean, and I know that the appraising of homes, I mean, they go up.
Yes, it is.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
where.
I understand your point perfectly. And then in addition, we just want to raise sufficient funds to operate our school district, and not necessarily, overtax our citizenry, because we only remember that the $100,000 exemption is only for 3 years. So we want to be consistent throughout.
One last question.
Yes, sir.
What happens if next year, I mean, we have to raise it up because of something? Are they gonna be upset at the school board for raising it up?
Well, no, because remember that the defense that the district has is that we're only going to generate the amount of money that we need. We're not going to generate more than what we need.
Well, we want to go to the taxpayers and ask for more.
Exactly.
Wouldn't that depend also on the budget that we propose to adopt? If the budget, for whatever reason, comes out that we're gonna have to increase some expenses in the M&O, yeah, that then we're gonna have to explain to our community that, you know what, that part of our tax rate is gonna have to go up because we have no other choice. I know that we cannot increase, or we must not increase the maintenance and operations tax to create a surplus. Okay, we're supposed to only put one that will be sufficient to meet our cost. And I'm assuming that it's the vice versa also applies, that if we have a certain maintenance operation tax rate right now, and that will create a surplus based on our budget, then I will assume that it would be our obligation or duty to lower the tax rate for M&O so that we stay with what the state wants us to do.
That is correct. One of the good things that TEA did this year is, remember that our homestead exemption went up by 100,000. So our governor and our Congress were able to pass a law to hold us harmless, so that if these rates that will not generate sufficient funds for our maintenance and operations and our interest in sinking, they will hold us harmless. They will pay for the difference. So that is an awesome thing that they just did this year. I don't know if they'll be able to do it in next year, which is the last year where we have the $100,000 exemption, but at least for this year, we're good.
So last question now, Dr.
Yes, sir.
So we would propose like $1,000 stipend to all staff members. Will we have enough on what we're approving?
No, sir. No.
750?
Yeah, no, not this year. Not this year.
We're in a plus, but we're not flush.
Yeah. Yes. I wish, there are some school districts that are, but most school districts are not. Yeah. But these rates will raise sufficient funds in addition with our SFP. We will be good to pay off everything that we have. Operate our school districts this year and pay off our bonds. Good questions.
We're ready for budget?
Going on to the next one, our budget. We are presenting to you all a balanced budget. We have calculated our local and intermediate sources, our state revenues, our federal revenues, and all of those are equal to $26,920,726. Our budget is by function as it is required by TEA. So our budget includes our item number 71, which is our debt service of $3,644,114. Our function 81 is our facilities acquisition. That is to pay for our football field and the capital project that was approved by the board. So we created a budget that would pay for all of our expenditures for this coming school year. So our revenues equal our expenditures at the bottom, $26,926,726. It is a difference between last year and this year. We were able to lower the budget because we were able to lower our tax rate for maintenance and operations about $900,000. But everything else, the percentages and everything are almost identical to last year.
That's with the post tax rate, MO and all that work.
Yes, sir. Everything is included in there, yes. As we talked about towards the end of last year, one of our goals is, of course, to increase our average daily attendance, and we will stand hold to that. Remember, our average daily attendance generates X amount of dollars per student on a daily basis. So each and every day that the student is present, it not only generates funding, but it also helps the student academically to raise their accountability rating.
But in your last meetings, you told us that if, and I don't know what the attendance is, but if we would increase it 2% or 3%, that would generate how much money?
I think, it was about almost 5 million, yeah, almost 5 million.
Right.
And it's really impressive how much money a student generates on a daily basis. Here for the district, it generates about $50. Anywhere between $50 and $55 every day that the student is here.
I think on that, I'm gonna be asking that you provide us,
Attendance.
an attendance, plan of action, who's in charge. We have an attendance, or one officer, in every campus, right, and an attendance officer.
Yes, sir.
Who's gonna be in charge of them, that they meet with them, and that they all know exactly what can be done or not, because I think last year check was on and said, well, I can't do this, and the other one said, yes, we can do it, and so get one person and either the truant officer, those are the ones that go home or what, they help.
Yes, the truant officer.
So on our projected ADA, we're not going to be, we didn't lose.
No.
Okay.
Our ADA is our foundation school program. That is in addition to the tax, what monies the tax rate will generate.
Okay.
The foundation school program, each and every day that the student is here, that we keep, period. We don't have to return that to TEA, no.
But we did lose 22-23 into 23-24.
Yes, we have seen.
We haven't seen that many.
A little steady decline.
Yeah.
Okay.
How is the school making money is it through bonds, mutual funds? Because the rates are pretty high right now, and I'm afraid they're gonna go.
They are, you're absolutely right, they are higher than they were in previous years, when we were getting nothing at all. Now it's about 5%, so.
So we have money and they're making
Yes,
5%.
we have.
That's our Lone Star report?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so those are generating interest
Is
rates.
there any way we can hold them for 6% for a long time? Because the way I've been reading, they're not gonna go any higher. If anything, they're gonna come.
Yeah, we maximize it to keep it in there for as long as we can. It's just like you and I on a personal basis, when we go to the bank will tell us, hey, here is an interest rate of 5.26, and they will only guarantee it for a few months, right? Or a year. But they do their homework. They say, okay, I know that they're not gonna go lower within that time frame. So they're not gonna give you more time to invest, except for that time frame where they have calculated that it's gonna.
Do we invest in a bank or where do we invest?
Yeah, with the textbook,
The security service right now has 5.2 for 5 years, guaranteed.
yeah.
That's
So,
not bad.
yeah, for
Doesn't our financial advisors take care of that?
yes.
Financial advice,
And
yes.
when we were at in the workshop in the summer, and I don't know if Mr. Mata Cruz has addressed this with you, the financial advisors that we have right now, I remember, we had, before that, Roberto Tijerina, and somehow, and Mr. Mata told me there at the meeting that he had met with Mr. Tijerina, and he was very impressed with him. I don't know if he told you
He did.
to look at
Yes.
how we can let the other ones and how we can, because it has to do a lot with the financial advisors. And right now, I don't know, if they're still the same ones, they hire, they let go. but he was very impressed, in the conversation.
Yeah, he did, he and I have talked about it, so, Hinojosa Estrada will present in September,
September,
and then we're asking Tejerina to present in October.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But we have to hurry because those rates are gonna go down.
But again, we're presenting a good, solid budget. And it's a balanced budget. It's not like in prior years when other school districts were presenting a negative budget, so we are on track.
And our credit rating has stayed the same?
Sure did, yes, ma'am, yes. Thank you, Peggy, it was an awesome interview.
Good.
Awesome interview.
And we'll present that in September as well.
Okay.
Well, también go ahead and include that attendance plan, I mean, in September.
In September.
I mean,
Noted.
it'll be a month, and after that, they can start taking off or whatever.
Yes, sir.
Is that in October or September?
In October.
And I do want to acknowledge, Ms. Briones was in that interview, and Ms. Mirna was also in that interview. Thank you all so much. We had a really, really good interview.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mirna.
Okay, let's go on to item 5, public comment on proposed budget and tax rates. Members of the community, do we have any comments? Belong to how many?
Could I ask one question?
Sure.
On the payment compensation plan,
Yes.
can we go there?
But we're gonna address it.
We're gonna address it in an action item.
Okay, okay.
There's some, I mean, you can adjourn it.
Okay, thank you, sir. Ma'am.
Thank you, Florencia.
All right, this time we're gonna go to item 6, adjournment. There a motion to adjourn?
My motion.
Motion made by Secretary Ray Espinoza to adjourn. There a second?
Okay.
Second made by member Sam Houston. All right, let's go and take a vote. Those in favor, raise your hand. Motion passes, yes, 6-0.